Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is the next day and we are going to finish up our Himiko Let's Play series. Well, I guess I should call it the Historic Choices series. We're going to finish up Himiko here. We're running Meiji Japan, which is her historic choice. Makes much more sense than the last choice the game gave us, which was Hawaii. But I guess Hawaii does encourage you to play like navally, and the Meiji get bonuses for doing naval stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it makes sense. We'll figure it out. But we're gonna work our way towards the science victory. We already have alliances formed up with a lot of people here, and we're just going to get even more science based off of that. We've got 2 attribute points we can spend in Diplo. Military sabotage, no. Let's go for happiness for resources. Then we're going to go into here and we can get 1 science on specialist, or 2 if you have 3 or fewer cities. We're only going to have 3 cities. Alabama is going to be a city. And I don't know, I guess Thebes. I'm not particularly in love with this city, but we can make it better. We can make it a good city. We also have to choose our legacies, which we're going to do right now. We ended the last era with quite a few points that we can use. We're going to start by looking at the scientific legacies and pick up the Golden Age. And maybe Lyceums might be where we go. 3 science per turn for each quarter. I have plenty of quarters. We have 2 of these. 2 gold per turn for unique resource. Yep, we'll take that. As far as this goes, Diplo attribute is okay. Settlements not following our religion get happiness is also pretty decent. What do I want here? Military expansion. Let's confirm all that and spend our attribute points. I think we're going to go for production towards military units because we do want to be pumping out naval units and air units. Let's go ahead and start sending our banked up merchants to different people because we want the Diplo boosts. I definitely want to make sure that I'm trading with like you, and I want to make sure that I'm trading with Confucius as much as possible. All right, that has improved our relationship with Confucius, giving us more science. We've also set all of our town focuses. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 5 traders that need to be dealt with, but I don't have enough influence right now. Since new trade began to flow, the plain woman's dearest friend has become unrecognizable. A stranger in fashionable Western frocks. This must be what is popular now, she thinks, smiling politely and resolving never to change. 6 science on the bank, 6 culture on the bank. 6 science on the bank, sure, we'll take that. We have 3 of these boosted, all 3 of them. We're going to take academics. And then we're going to jump up to electricity and then work our way to flight. We want schoolhouse, we want the laboratory. And then we'll work our way to flight. We need to work our way over to aerodynamics and rocketry to win the game. As far as culture goes, the Meiji civics are pretty good. When you train an aircraft or naval unit, you receive science equal to its production cost, but that comes in later. Science and production from specialists, though, is really good. So let's jump into Oath and 5 articles, and then we'll pick up all of this stuff. And we need to start overbuilding. The first thing I want to do is to make sure that we have a +9 grocer somewhere. And we want to make sure that we're overbuilding wherever we can overbuild. I am happy to put the grocer here to overbuild the hospital or the bazaar. Gives us a little bit of science. The tide changes. A politician boards their first ever train, marveling at this new technology from abroad. As they lean out the window to wave farewell to their spouse, the implications of this rapid innovation are front in mind. 500 culture is way more culture than the science is worth. We also want to make sure that we're putting down a city park somewhere. I can get a +9 here, which is really good. But I think I'm happy enough to take the 7, giving us even more culture, which we'll finish that out in 1 turn. But I should probably be able If I throw down a plus 12 grocer over here, yeah, that finishes up schoolhouse this turn, which allows us to go ahead and start building the schoolhouse. We have a 13 here, which we definitely have to take. And we've got a plus 20 over here, which I'll take here for now. You know what? No, let's just put it over here. Replace the Golden Age Academy. Oh, we have all of this we have to deal with. All right, looking at our social policies, we have 3. Shelled Timber Pottery is giving us 172. Gift Economy is giving us 51. And then I'll take 1 culture on Marine Terrain to give us 47 culture per turn. We want to jump up into electricity now. Thebes, 2015 right there is good enough. We'll take that. And we're at 500 science per turn. That'll only start growing, especially once I save up some influence points. We're definitely going to hit Elective Republic for our government so we can get the science. Let's auto-explore with this ship of the line. I also want you to auto-explore. With this much happiness, we should basically be able to chain together celebrations as soon as we get even more happiness, which will be pretty easy to do, I imagine. Hansung Seoul here is a pretty decent... If they have Hansung, they're definitely going to have Joseon. This will be a pretty decent pickup for our influence. We've got Bogota down here as well. Why is Bogota a science instead of a military? How much does it take to do you? 340. That's a few turns away, but it is possible. 1 turn away from electricity because I purchased some buildings, city parks down. If I put 1 in Cahokia, I probably would have finished electricity up this turn. Whatever the research says, as long as I have buildings to like put down, it won't take that much time. Electricity 2. Science on science building is okay. It says 4 turns, but it won't actually be 4, especially if I can come in here and purchase this laboratory next turn. 347 is enough to start befriending Hansong. When I have enough, we'll come down here and befriend Bogota as well. Then we'll send all of ours on Friend of Wei to get our science up. Confucius is communist. Okay. Well, if I purchase the laboratory this turn, it will finish up the science, right? No. Wow. What if I purchase the lab over here this turn? There we go. It finishes up electricity for us. Science on science, gold on gold. We're at 750 now. Let's jump into steam engine. The essence of the novel, an explosion of new writing styles pushed the boundaries of storytelling in Meiji Japan, and a popular writer pins an article calling to revolutionize the novel. The ideal work, he asserts, is one that treats realism as a form of art. Let's take that culture so we can start building the ginkgo, and we can put in Yatoi Kaiko Kujin to get 28 extra science. Hokia can start building its Zaibatsu. We're starting now on urbanization, which will give us the Ubdia Mosque if we want it. Improvements in this settlement receive plus 50% yield, which would be interesting. Samurai out of work. A disheveled samurai strokes the mane of his Kisauma, coaxing out a sympathetic neigh. What use is his blade with no monarchy to serve, nor family to protect? Perhaps it's time for a different path. The time of samurai is at an end, or we could go... The cash should turn... Yeah, the cash should turn towards charitable works. Trong has changed our relationship. You went back to hostile, for whatever reason. Probably due to his agenda. Confucius might be willing to ally us, which would give us more science per turn. He rejects it. Never mind. Never mind. I would have loved it, but it's not in the cards. We're now working on combustion. We've clicked all the way up to flight here. It'll probably be about 8 turns until we get to flight and get that done. After flight, we'll go aerodynamics into rocket. Narrative choice again. 500 science because they're friendly with us. And a scientific attribute point. I think really, honestly, we're just gonna hit the repeatable science every time now. We hit another celebration, so we're just gonna jump right back into the happiness per turn celebration. We're at 1,000. 1,000 science per turn. We haven't hit Friend of Way yet, which will give us even more. 11.6. Where do I see? I can't put it there. I could put something down here. So let's get that built. We're just 2 turns away from combustion now that we bought some buildings. We're making plenty of gold, and as soon as I can use the rest of my merchants here, we'd have more gold. What I need really is influence. I should have turned some of these into hub towns. There is a plus 27 stock market I'll put down here, and we got an artifact. I'm happy to take that. We've cut this from 5 turns to 3 turns by just purchasing things. This overbuilding boost that Meiji gets really slingshots them forward quite a bit. The Jugogyo is what we'll be building next, and we'll change this out for Fukoku Kyohei. So when we get an aircraft or a naval unit, we get science equal to 1/4 of its cost. Let's go ahead and get Supreme War Council to make those even cheaper. Ada is democratic, so communist democracy. As Meiji industry strengthens, so too do the arts. Poets and authors lean into the natural world and its connection to the deep past, seeking solace in nature beyond the city. But what of the din of the Zaibatsu? What style of rooted firmly in realism and observation? Meiji romanticism preserved. Yeah, again, that's just so much culture compared to what we're making right now. The exclusive Zaibatsu quarter is constantly abuzz with traders rushing about, making deals and securing stocks. Many wonder what it must be like to belong to one of the wealthy families of the in crowd. We're gonna take that production on the Jugokyo, and you're gonna build your Jugokyo over here. I need to save up a little bit of money. We can purchase our aerodrome. I have an 8-3 over here, and I can overbuild at the same time. Before I do that, let's choose our science. We want to make sure that we're getting up here to aerodynamics. It's pretty deep in the tree. It's going to take some time, but we're happy to overbuild on the bank over here because the aerodrome takes a full tile. And it gave us quite a bit of science on that. Oh, you jerk. You cleared out Bogota? Don't do this one. Don't clear him out, please. Strong joins fascism. Lafayette also cleared out. Hansong is gone. That's painfully upsetting. That's so much potential science we could have, like, picked up on. Confucius has declared war on Lafayette. I'm going to stay neutral because I can't afford the war. And we're going to go ahead and start building the transoceanic flight. We just keep chaining into golden ages or celebrations, I guess. We've had quite a few happen so far. 383, I'll throw you up there. I don't need the overbuilding boost for you. One more turn until we have radio. Could I purchase myself what has the most production cost? Bombers 370, 350, 350. So let's purchase a bomber. Does that almost, it didn't save us any, unfortunately. I would have to like mass produce ships. Kind of like Alexander in Civ 6 where you produce ships in all your cities with encampments to get science. We're still far behind Confucius in everything. Even with the negative yields from the Qing, he is like insane. That's mass production. That gives us a settlement limit. 6 turns on mobilization and 6 turns on armor, so 12. And this is going to be at least 7. How is this 6 turns when it's 4,950? That shouldn't be what it is. That doesn't. Okay, I'm making 1,128, right? And this is costing me 4,925. The 6-turn math doesn't add up. The math doesn't add up. Build 4 factories. Amaterasu triumphant. The Matsuri whirls and flashes with color and sound. The taiko drums, the laughter of the children, the crack of toy guns echo in the cool shadows of the cypress trees. Himiko's presence is felt, but the kami are the true. Well, we can do that. We just have to save. There's my first point in the space race because I built the transoceanic flight. We could probably build the Oxford. We get a militaristic attribute point. We put that towards less money on units. Next turn, the stock exchange here will be done. We've unlocked mobilization now. We're on armor. Okay, so it says 6 turns, 4925, and then we have 1136. Let's do the math here. 1136 times 6 equals 6816. So this is not correct. 4925 divided by 6. 4925 divided by 6 is 820. It's treating me like I have 820 science, which is probably the science that I have after you count Queen of Wei and my celebration. So I don't think it's accurately reflecting the actual science yields that I have. Queen of Wei is 25%, right? Queen of Wei is 20, Friend of Wei is 25%, and then I have another 20%, so let's say 40%. So hold on, let me do this math here. Yes, that's exactly what it's doing. It's not showing that it's not taking into account my percentage modifiers. If I take 40%, so this is counting as if I have 820 science per turn. If I add 40% into 820, that's another 369, which is about 1,130 something. Yeah, so this is counting as if I don't have my science bonuses in at all. This is cheating me. You're cheating me out of time, game. Wow. Wow, I found it. I found it. That's stupid. Have the numbers reflect accurately. It feels so cheap that those numbers don't actually line up. Like, that makes me I'm like, I defend Civ 7. I enjoy this game. I think it has ways to go. It needs to be improved, but I legitimately think it's a good game and can be a really good game. But like, the fact that this is happening makes me feel like everything I say to defend this game is inaccurate. I'm gonna stay neutral in both of these wars. I lose my Friend of Wei, unfortunately. That's going to cut my science quite a bit because I can't actually ally any of those people now. In the capital abroad, our representatives make their diplomatic overtures behind the closed doors of the Cultural Outreach Office. However, they get the real business at hand: espionage or influence. I want that influence. Yeah, that cut our science so much. Losing Friend of Wei, it's real painful. We're now 4th place on science, but I don't think it actually matters because our stuff wasn't accurately reflecting anyway, so who knows? Who knows if it actually does anything for us? All right, so it says 11 turns. This costs 7,450, and I'm making 938. This should cost less than 10 turns. And here it is saying that it costs 11 turns. Those numbers aren't accurate. Firaxis, fix your stupid game. Why? Like, it makes no sense for those numbers not to be accurate. They just put them in and said like, oh, we're gonna focus on transparency. No, your numbers are wrong. Well, at least we get our scientific attribute point for having Amaterasu triumphant. And this isn't updating either. We've overbuilt all the overbuilding we can do in the capital. I still have a little bit of overbuilding I can do here, but we've hit the mostly we've hit our overbuilding limit. We're not going to get much use out of our Meiji bonuses anymore, unfortunately. We have been able to cut a few slight turns off of our science victory, though. Confucius declares war on Ada, too. Wow, everybody's sort of declaring war on Ada to knock her out. She's not got much left long in this world, I think. All right, let's go with breaking the sound barrier. 7 turns, 12 turns on rocketry. I might be able to speed that up a tad, but I don't think very much. Something is wrong with my game because it is telling me that I'm currently producing a department store when I'm actually producing the break the sound barrier. I'm currently producing a military academy. Is it and a port. Is it really just because it's the projects? Again, this is a little, it's a little disappointing. I don't want to ally you until I know, yeah, you're at war, so I can't. We are going to reject that offer. Sorry, sir. Napoleon joins democracy. So democracy, democracy, communism. Somebody's fascist. I don't remember who, though. Ah, Trump. Lively debates are in fashion about the depiction of nature in the arts. Some say nature is an authentic, mystical representation of the long-standing past, the land itself telling its own stories. Others see the natural world as a key site of rational study. Nature is scientific. That's one turn off of this. And one turn might end up being important. All right, well, there's rocketry. That gets us our last two projects that we're going to need a launch pad we can throw over here. Launch satellite is 7 turns, and the last one's probably another 10 turns after that. Firaxis, and then there's a little, oh, I never noticed. It's got the little Firaxis logo on it. As far as tech goes now, pretty much everything's done. Nothing truly matters anymore. Tech is over. Honestly, we're just turning like 10, 17 more times, and then we're done. We'll be done by turn 70. I'm just throwing down wonders and cities to throw them down and build them. Kind of what you do in the modern era, right? You just throw wonders down, build whatever you can build, and move on. Eiffel's done. Any other wonder I can throw down over here? Nope. Well, the longest thing I can build is 4 turns. So we'll have to click on you at least one more time. There is the Earth satellite that unlocks the whole entirety of the map for us. We can see everything now. What's this tile sitting on now? 200 yields on this tile, 92 science coming off of this alone, because he was able to surround it with wonders. This is actually really good district placement for the AI. I'm impressed, honestly. They're keeping, or at least he kept his quarters together, which you don't see very often. Where's Ada's capital? Rome. Let's look at Rome. Yep, she kept her districts together too. Hermitage and Mausoleum next to it. Oh, yep, this has been put together with a wonder next to it. Wow. How many times have we seen the AI not... Oh, there it is. Madrasa with the pavilion. Where's the other thing? The mosque is over here. Yep, this is a mistake. London has mistakes. But for the most part, they did well. Now we just need 12 turns until we get to the crewed space flight. And at that point, we should win. Here is the new mosque, the Ubdia Mosque, in Malaysia, I think. Singapore, Malaysia. It's the new one that got put in with the right to rule. Remember, merchant child, your desires are the enemy of war. It's a nice looking wonder. It gives us improvements in the settlement, receive 50% yields. So you'll see better yields on this, better yields over here, and then we're just gonna go for like, just throw down a Manhattan project just because we can. We've got the Joy Sutep, just filling in time. I think we've got, what, 4 turns until the game is over. I made some mistakes with Meiji. I shouldn't have put my Zaibatsu on the outsides here. Like a Zaibatsu here would have been worth a lot more, because you get production of gold to buildings on adjacent districts. So putting them more interior located would have been good. I mean, like one here would have been better than the City Park and Ironworks that we got. Maybe well, I just put the Oxford down. Like a science building up here would have been really good in Kanza. Oh, that's a plot. That's not a wonder. We have the Manhattan project done. We can build nuclear weapons if we want. I do have the ability to nuke somebody. Next turn is the end of the game. Who do I nuke? My range is mega limited here. Let's just look at our nuke go off, I guess. It's not every day we get to see the animation for it. That was a practice nuke. We'll end the turn here and be done with the game. Overall, she's really good, but I ended up not playing her to the best of her ability this game. We got a really strong lead early is the most important thing. We got that really strong lead early. If we had carried that lead over into like the Abbasids, or the Ming for exploration era, we would be exploding right now. But as it is, I think moving, like the game asks you to move into Hawaii, I don't think it worked out as well as, well, honestly, it should have. I don't really see the synergy between Mississippi, Hawaii, and Meiji, Japan. But we did it. Radiance of the Sun God. That's the Himiko achievement. And a pale blue dot floats lonely in a void. We did it. Queen of Wa is done. If we look at the Legends report, we hit level 7. We could have got to level 8 if we got more of the stuff done. We just needed like one more legacy path probably to get the 50 points we need to get level 8. Why are we still level 45 over here? What does it take to level up this? Who are we playing next? It might be Lafayette. It might be Pachacudi. I am not 100% sure. But Himiko was fun. I think High Shaman Himiko is a little bit better. She's a little more unique, a little more fun to play. You get way more wonders and stuff with High Shaman Himiko. But Queen of Law is easy to win the game with. So if you're looking for someone to learn how to play the game, she's not going to teach you like fundamentals and basics, but you're going to win definitely if you're playing as Queen of Wa Himiko. But that'll be it for this episode. Everybody, thank you for watching. Rewards, thank you. We're definitely going to be moving into Lafayette. Yep, that's who's next. Lafayette will be the next leader that we play into Pachacudi, into Xerxes, if I get to it before Lakshmi Bai is put into the game. Where would she go? Hatshepsut, High Shaman, Isabella, Jose, Napoleon. Lakshmi Bai would go in between these two, pushing Lafayette would be next, but that would push Napoleon into the next slot and Trung into that bottom slot. So it might change our plans up, but right now we're going to be looking at Lafayette. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.